Alrighty then, got a beautiful day at the marsh. It's going to be 99 degrees today. It is 92 now. It is a wee bit warm, but we're going to chat up water storage. Oh yeah, it's a wee bit important, like a lot important. I told you this ain't house beautiful, so that is a redneck hose coming around under our elevated house. This goes up to our hose reel at the top, and it continues around under our house, all the way down there. So there is our biggest rain barrel catchment system up there. This one at the bottom is from our air conditioner drip, and it is full. And my husband uses that one to water his citrus garden, his vineyard. Right now he's just got flowers, but he had green beans, tomatoes going in this one, and it's covered for the birds, and more importantly, it's covered for deer, of which we have an abundance. So there it comes around, and like I said, it's a redneck system, but it done work for 8 years, so we ain't fixing to change it. It comes down, it feeds across the ground to our rain barrels, which we water our garden with, which our garden is done. You don't get a full season here because of the crippling heat and the fact that we had no rain for 5 weeks, which is normal for us. Even our heavy dews give us a significant amount of water to catch. And by ready, we got our redneck milk jugs right here, right? So we could fill up these jugs from the rain barrels and then use it to flush our toilet. I just set them in the shower because these can leak over time, but that worked perfect for us. For potable water, we have this. And I think it's every 3 months I add some tablespoons of bleach to it, and it has done excellent for many years. There's our redneck steps that help this old lady get up there, and the hose hangs right here. And I lift it up and I fill this rain barrel and it fills the other ones. So our situation is different because we're on a well, and we had an ice storm the first year we were here, and we missed one faucet and our water was frozen for 3 days. That was ugly, but we were ready. If I had to filter rainwater for potable water, I would use this. It's a drip system with ceramic filters inside, just from 2 buckets. Is it cute? Nope. Does it work? Yep. Get you some potable water. Oh yeah, winning. In this is our RO system. It's small, doesn't take up much room. And this is our 500-gallon water tank. And what my husband has done is really insulate it. However, if we lose power, like for a hurricane, we turn this off and go straight to well water. Remember, we're on battery backup for solar, and our system's good for 7 days. We have never gone less than 4 batteries, so we do fine with turning the RO for that, and I still got 500 gallons in there. So that's what it looks like up in there. It ain't cute. That's why we built the thing around it. And I think, yes, all our mechanisms, see how well he's insulated. We know how to turn off of RO, both of us do, and go straight to well water. And I actually have a video on that, so if I'm feeling old and cranky, I can still do it. This thing is a blessing right here. 500 gallons is massive. Our well is way down yonder. It will run our septic tank, which has to be pushed to the leach field, and that's what our battery power does. So we can keep the water coming in. We only let it freeze 1 time. Lesson learned. Here's a little cute one. I actually have something cute. Can you believe it? My husband built a little stand for it, and it's an imitation terracotta. And it holds water too. So my husband can water his little garden that he has here. And that, of course, is a deer fence. He got tired of looking at deer netting, so he done what he did, and it's kind of cute. This is salt water. This water is of no use to us at all. So I can't use this. Used to live on a lake, and I knew I could purify that water, but not how. So this is what this house has survived. The biggest was Aquageddon. I think it was 14 or 17 inches of rain across the whole state of South Carolina. Columbia, South Carolina, along the interstate, had 6 to 8 feet of water in all those businesses, and all that water drains down to me in the low country. So I cannot leave my water jugs down here. We have a heck of a lot of stuff to get up off the ground. When your hurricane preparations take more time than the storm. But in Irma, I got 14 inches of water down here. So you don't want to be coming down here in your rubber boots, right? Remember, fire ants are floating, snakes are out here, the whole works. But I do have rubber boots upstairs in my elevator shaft if I need them. So our water jugs go upstairs. That 2-bucket system that filters water goes upstairs, sits on my island with this big orange behind, ready to get it. It takes forever to filter through it, but you have it with that. Oddly enough, this was my most important takeaway when we did not have water, because we missed that one spigot that was quite hidden and we lost our water, was these dish pans that fit in your sink. And I could put a little bit of soap in this water, and what I did was I used what dripped overnight from the 2 orange buckets, and then I rinsed it this. And thanks to a YouTuber, I discovered that I was using too much soap. So once I used less soap, it was much easier to rinse the dishes. I ain't drinking coffee out no paper cup. I'm using a ceramic mug. For God's sake, it's coffee. It's what keeps most of us not from going postal, okay? Get between me and my coffee in the morning, it's gonna go south for you, just not having it. My husband doesn't even talk to me till the 2nd cup. He ain't stupid. He ain't been married 39 years for nothing. So if you have a well and you don't have a backup system, have a system like I do with simple milk jugs. I ain't fixing to buy an aqua brick, an aqua pod. I'm too cheap. There's other stuff I'd like to buy that are important. I got milk jugs, I drink milk, okay? So get yourself a water plant. How you gonna wash dishes? Because in my case, paper plates aren't practical, because remember, we may have 14 inches of water under our house for days. There's not the opportunity to go burn that garbage. It's going to be right down here in my garbage, right, that sits inside my island. So that's how I do it. What would happen to you? Put yourself in this position. Think about it. I have 3 days, no water. I'm on a well and it ain't working. Or you're in the city and you let that line freeze between you and the city, and that is fully your responsibility. Water's important. Get you some water storage. Have a great one and take care, everybody. Wash your hands. # wash your hands.